episode of Mark Talks Football. And today we're going to be discussing everything that is Reading FC. If you don't know and if you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button. Make sure you make it rain with those thumbs up buttons. I'm just trying to get make sure you make it rain with that thumbs up button as well, and make sure that lots of people will be able to see this. More and more of you, if you subscribe, will be able to, and it will keep me going to try and make me do this full time. So if you can, I said it wrong. Make sure you smash that thumbs up button and make sure you smash that like button and hit that subscribe while you're at it. So, as you can tell by the title, we need to talk. And we do. I think fans and us, we need to look at the expectations for this season. And this is the reason why I thought we could do this video today before we build up to the Bolton game. We have been going through a shit time on and off the pitch over the past 3-4 years. What we've got to understand is we're not going to go straight back up. We're going to have games this season where, look at Cambridge, for example. We should have got a point out of that, should have got something, but Cambridge on the attack were a lot better than what we were. We need to start taking our chances, and the fans need to understand this. I'm seeing a lot of people online bashing the players, bashing the fans, not fans, bashing people. The only people you need to bash is Tim Della. The man's a walking, talking hypocrite. But we need to understand what's going on. We've had over 11 players leave on free transfer, or they have left to their own accord to go somewhere else. We're also in a time of transition. We have to understand that the club have to make deals and do deals that will benefit us in the long-term frame of what we're doing. Last season was all about survival, and if we didn't get that points deduction, we would have stayed up. But it didn't happen. We got the points deduction, which means we are now down in League One. The players that brought us down and the players who have stayed, some of them have not adapted well enough to the new manager. What we have to understand is we had a very late appointment during the summer transfer window for a new manager. We've had to do deals for players all the way throughout the transfer window to deadline day and beyond. We've had a lot of players coming in and out, and it is unstable. Not only that, on top of that, we've had Die Young become Die Young and try and fuck with the club again. And we can't keep going. We need to win games and do it. I understand the frustration, and I completely get it. Our away form is horrific, and it is horrific. But this is a new, young, inexperienced team. This young, inexperienced team is going to take us far, but they need time to learn and understand men's football. They've been playing kids' football for a very long time. And that's the issue we've got. We've got an extremely good left back, and he is very good at delivering the crosses and bringing them in. He needs to learn and understand defending. He's not going to do that overnight. Nelson Abbey, very quick, very fast, very strong, really good player. Someone who I never expected would be as good as what he is. Has done a brilliant job so far, but he's going to make mistakes because he's young, and he's club captain. And Bugay, learned that from Joby McAnuff. I think that's how you say it now. Comments. Has done really well, but he's going to be exposed because he never played that much last season, and he's been playing in the right back position because of the pace he's got and the strength he has. So he's going to take time. Charlie Savage never really played first team football when he was at Manchester United. Played a few games at Forest Green Rovers, but at the same time, it didn't play competitively a lot. Callum Vickers, I think that's how you say his name. Callum Vickers, young, I call him the Reading's Jack Grealish. It's going to take time to get comfortable in the position he's got. Harvey Nibbs, new player in the door. Not a great pre-season for him to come in, but established, but will take time. Sam Smith, when he comes back from injury, will be a great addition to this to have another great striker for us to have on the pitch, but it's going to take time to adapt to Ruben Selles' approach. We've got great youth players. We've just brought in a loanee from Southampton, Ballard, who is going to be a great player, but it's going to take time. We have to understand this at this point in junction of our team, that what we do right now has no reflection of what happens at the end of the season. At this point, and Ruben Selles will want to win every single match, and so do I at the same time. But we have to understand that this is still their pre-season stage of getting to know who the manager is, what the manager wants, how to implement what he needs. This manager is going to be great for us. The way that he's implemented the youth players into the first team is going to be amazing. Buxton, the goalkeeper, we all writ him off, or majority of you writ him off before he even saved the ball for us. Now he's pivotal to our defensive work and playing out from the back. Just signed Joel Pereira as a backup goalkeeper by the looks of it. Good keeper, hasn't played a lot of games, but at the same time experienced in playing for big clubs at big times. So his head and levelment of what we need is going to be great for us. Connor Boyce-Clark is going to be great for us in the long run, but he has to go out on loan. He cannot be a bit part player, and the role that he needs to now is be third choice, but learn from Buxton, learn from Joel Pereira, and learn what they do in training as the young goalkeeper he is to become an established first team player. You can't expect, you're saying you're stopping the development. Sitting on the bench is not stopping his development. What's stopping his development is us not getting experienced goalkeepers around to help him. And I feel like we've got the players to do it, and we've got the club to do it. We're still short, I think, on the defensive midfielder, defender role. But at the same time, we've got what we've got, and that's what it is. We've got a lot of great youth players. One of our advantages as this club, as what club we've got, is we can bring through some amazing youth talent, sell them on for a profit, or they could become an established Reading Football Club player. Our under-21s, our under-18s are off to a flying start of the season so far. Taking Arsenal to the wire, playing against big clubs, and that's what we need. They need to be in development against these teams. And that's what I'm saying. Everyone needs to look at the expectations of what it is. As you saw by the thumbnail, by where we are in the table, just outside the relegation zone, we're not going to stay there for long. Mid-table will be where we're at. But we have to understand and take our minds away from what we're doing and stop being fucking negative all the time. Because negative is not going to get you anywhere. That's not going to help the players. If we were in January, February time, and we're still on the run that we're doing now, 100% understand. But this is the start of the season. They've got 12 days off now until, well, not 12 days off, 12 days since the last game against Cambridge. And now we've got going up against the mighty Bolton. Against Thorgton and Thorgdad. I just want to smash them just for that. Can't stand the pair of them. Most overhyped father-son on the internet. But that's what we need to do. We need to understand what club we are. We're in a transition. We don't know what's going to happen to us. We don't know what's going to go on. We don't know if the club are going to pay their wages. Apparently, we find out today, as of this recording. And right, this is post-edit me. I've just come across a story that needs to be talked about. John Percy has come out and says the shambles at Reading continues. A new 3 points deduction for failing to deposit the funds in a designated account by yesterday's deadline. Independent commission made the decision today that now a total of 16 points is now going to be deducted overall since the current ownership, which means that we will be getting another 3 point deduction because Dar Young doesn't know what he's doing anymore. I just don't know what to do anymore. I support this team no matter what. I will go to games no matter what, but This ownership is sucking every single ounce of joy and happiness that I can have, and it needs to be changed. And I don't know what to do anymore. I don't know how we're going to do this. I don't know what we're going to do. Um, I'm becoming more and more scared for the club's future, and I really don't know how to get on and do what we need to do from now on. So yeah, we're going to get a 3 points deduction by the independent commission because we were unable to deposit the 125% of the wages, and we're going to be up shit creek again. Another 3 point deduction, 16 point deduction overall since this ownership has taken over, and the EFL still will not jump in to help us out. Still will not come in to change the ownership. Still won't do anything. How much more has a club got to do to try and get help? We can make protests. We can do what we need to do, but it's not working. I don't know what we can do anymore, and I am beat. I am so beat. I don't know what to do. Right, back to the rant that I was going. Right, we are back. We are here. I don't know what I'm saying now. So here is the statement that EFL have come out with. Reading FC have been deducted 3 points for the 2023-24 League One table after the club failed to comply with the order of the independent disciplinary commission, which required them to deposit the amount equal to 125% of the club's forecast monthly wage bill in designated by the account by 12th of September 2023. It talks about on the 15th of December we breached it and had to pay the 125% until April. As a result, the instance of the non-compliance of the ownership, the suspension sanction has been activated, and as per the Commission instructions implied by the EFL, the League One table will come immediate effect. The EFL continues to acknowledge the negative impact sporting sanctions are having on the football club and remain extremely disappointed and frustrated at the club's ownership to meet its ongoing obligations under the EFL regulations. The league will continue to apply its rules under circumstances, and then it's written down there. We're not going to go through all of that, but here is the statement. It has officially been done. We have been deducted another 3 points, and now we're back again. Fucking Ruben Selles over again, fucking the club over again, and yeah. Right, back to my rant. I'm going to carry on. So just make sure that when we turn up, and the one criticism I have of the fans, and this is just one criticism I have, is when we're in a shitstir at home, the crowd go really silent. Club 1871 has been fantastic, but it needs to learn to adapt at this point to keep going, keep getting behind the team, and keep going. We can do it. We've got fantastic fans. But at the same time, some of you need to pipe down on what you're saying, bring more encouragement, and get behind the lads. This is going to be a long, old season. If we get through this and we get through this well, then we're in a great shape moving forward. If we get playoffs this season, which I highly doubt we will, then that has been a magnificent season for a club that hasn't spent a penny to bring players in to try and rebuild and redo it. So for me, that is absolutely great. So let's have a look at a few things before we get going. So what I wanted to do is have a look at the league table. So let's go and have a look, and then we'll look at who we're playing against. And then just to let you guys know as well, we will be doing a vlog this Saturday going into the Bolton game. So Bolton is second in the league, 6 games played, 4 wins, 1 draw, 1 loss. A +5 goal difference at the moment with 13 points, 1 point behind Stevenage, who are top of the league. And then us, 6 games, 2 wins, 0 draws, 4 losses, -1. And we've got 5 points. We've got one of the better records at the moment, bar Wigan, but Wigan have had, I think it is 6 points, 8 points deduction they've had since the start of it. Let's have a look at the history between Reading and Bolton. I don't care about Skodas. Come on. Good boy. Right, so the last time we played Bolton was January 29th of January 2019. And in that game, go away, let's have a look at it. It's the last time we played, and we will be able to see. Should let us, not letting us see. All right. So it was at the Bolton Stadium, and we drew 1-1. And it was a great game, apparently. But yeah, the last time we beat Bolton was the 2nd of April 2016. We've drawn 3, lost 1 since then. So it's going to be a very tight game. Bolton are a very, very good side, and we are struggling to find form, but our home form has been brilliant. The fans are behind the team, we are behind them, and we want to get forward. This is not going to be a long episode. This is not going to be a long episode. This is a quick one. I had to get my feelings out about what's going on at the moment and how I feel about what's happening. So basically, that is it. That is how I feel, and that's what I think we as fans need to revel and do in it. Another topic of conversation, as I said earlier, Tim Della. Some people respect him. I do not. I don't respect him at all. I think he has favouritism. You can look past in the history of favouritism of what he's done before, and that is not a man that should be a journalist or doing it forwards. So he needs to sort it out, or don't do the job. It's as simple and as easy as that. Right, that has been it. As I said, don't forget to smash that subscribe button. Make sure you hit that like button as well. This is a quick episode of me going on a rant about how we need to pull together and do it together, and that's what we're going to do. So we're going to bat the boys, and we're going to make some noise up the fucking ding.